Well, here we are again, and I have no idea what I'm doing today at all. I've got a little doggy here and what's on my lap again. Well, I was going to try to do another video and see if I could use a laser pointer to see if it would touch off some gunpowder, but it's a laser pointer, but you know, it doesn't put off any heat at all. Not enough. You even get it right up next to you, and it's just barely warm. So yeah. So as you can see my video I did the other day, that one up there. But yeah, I kind of try to do the unexpected most of the time. I didn't have an eye on my safety monitor with me yesterday, but yeah, that's the problem around here anyway. I just think of weird stuff and it just comes to me. I know it may not have any entertainment value. It might not. I don't know. Oh, now he's gonna go jump over. Well, get over here. And he's going to be making noise all the time. Well, stop! Come here! Well, stop barking! Hey! Oh, I gotta get him. See? If I don't grab him, he just makes noise. And then he gets away and he just makes more noise. But, yeah, most of the stuff I do is not scripted at all. I do not edit any videos. It's just whatever happens in the videos. I mean, that's basically it. And Naya shows up when she shows up. I mean, if I have to pick her up from school or something like that. I was looking in one of the drawers yesterday and I found this. It's not a gas engine. It's actually a diesel engine. That's actually a diesel. If you notice the top, that's actually compresses the cylinder. And I have no idea where I got that. Let's see, what is it? It's got something written on the side. It says, if I can read it at all, DuraGlow. It says DuraGlow on the side of this thing. So I have no idea. It's supposed to be a model airplane engine, but I have no idea what it's doing. It doesn't seem to be doing anything right now. I mean, even going backwards. I can feel it's got a lot of compression. Unscrew this thing. Maybe it's got more or less. Ah, yeah, okay. But anyway, so that's something else. I have no idea where I had this stuff. I just found it in a drawer. I don't even remember where I picked it up from. Just like Bill Old 64 Goat, he had a CB radio, and I says, I think I saw one out in my garage, you know, and I thought, I don't think it's one. I had a different one I had in my car. I had a CB radio in my old car I had. Actually, I picked up when I was back in 1970. Had a 1966 Dodge Dart. And this was not the CB radio I had in it. I actually had a bigger one in it than this. And this one actually a realistic one, so it was made by Radio Shack. So there are no Radio Shacks here in this part of Nevada. I think the only Radio Shack is down in Las Vegas, I think. But yeah. So I have no idea if this one works at all. I know you got to hook it to 12 volts. I don't have a connector for the back. And it does hook up to an antenna. But, you know, it's small and compact and all that. But I don't know. I'll probably never use it. It's just like stuff around here. I didn't even use a microphone. Still wrapped in plastic. It's the original one for it. That's just sitting in there. But most of the stuff I've had around here for years. And, well, you jumped over there. I didn't. Well, don't sit over there and bark. Come over here. Come here. Come here, stop barking. See this guy, he's just sitting over there staring at me and barking. Come here. Come here, you. Stop the barking. See, if I don't pick him up, he'll just start barking like crazy for no reason other than he wants to bark. Well, anyhow, yeah, I wasn't going to do much of anything here today. I'm not really, like I said, nothing I do is really scripted. Just like I am really not, well, let's put it this way. I'm basically an amateur hobbyist in everything I do. Nothing I do here is anything I was trained for or never had as a job. I worked for Pacific Gas and Electric, who is currently now in bankruptcy. Not due to me, due to the California fires. But I worked for them for 31 years. I've been retired since I was 57, so I've been retired for 11 years. So I'm not squawking, I got a decent pension out of it. But what I did for them, my title was pipe handler. As a pipe handler, I used to handle pipe. But the way I used to do that was I had to load and unload truckloads of gas transmission line, and I'm talking truckloads of it. I mean, we went through. I mean, it would not be unheard of for me to unload 15 truckloads of pipe a day, some days, and the trucks used to be just down the street. I mean, they'd go on for a mile. They were lined up, so we had to get all those guys out of the way. And that's when we had our pipe yard was down to only 6 of us, the entire yard. 3 of us who did all the loading and unloading, and 2 supervisors. But yeah, so it was something else. It was the last couple years there, and they closed down because of nothing they did wrong, but because of our environmental person that came along and said, oh, well, you know, you don't have an evaporative recovery tank over your paint tank you're using to wrap the pipe you're stacking up to get sent to job sites. And so they shut down the wrapping operation. That was one of the other things I used to do too. I used to have to work on the machines and stuff like that. I mean, yeah, I had to do some welding and stuff like that on the lines, on the conveyor lines they had. There were steel lines, so I'd have to do some work on those sometimes, and just all kinds of stuff. But in addition to my loading and unloading, and then also after that yard closed down for 6 years, the last 6 years I worked at the Fremont warehouse in California. All this is in California, and boy, am I glad I got out of that place. I left California 8 years ago, and I never want to go back again. The last place I want to be. Huh? Yeah, isn't that right? And so, yeah. So everything I've done, it has nothing to do with what I used to do as a job. Like I said, all my stuff has to do with heavy equipment and stuff. Nothing in electronics. The only thing I did in electronics is I went to high school and I took an electronics class there. Actually, I had a couple of years, and through actually part of junior high and high school. But that's where the electronics came from. And then the guns, I worked on guns since I was back in 1968 when I found a 30-06 Springfield from the Texarkana Arsenal that my dad had in a box in his closet. So basically it was just covered with Cosmoline. It had been for like 30 years or whatever. So I went ahead and cleaned that up and actually was able to shoot it, and then I got it to the point where I could shoot it, and then I gave it to my dad, and then I went to my uncle and I bought one off my uncle. So he had one, I had the other, and then later on I gave that one to my youngest brother who wanted something with my dad. So, but yeah, like I said, nothing I do here is scripted, and I have no idea why my computer went off. It's back on again now. But yeah, the other thing too is, you know, I never even knew I had a YouTube account when I first started. I had put one video up back in 2009, and I had no idea that I just putting that one video up, I actually ended up, I had an account. So I had no idea I had a channel. In fact, I didn't find out till about, well, 3 years ago, and that's when I started making videos. And as of right now, I've made 525 videos, and that's been in like less than the last 3 years, actually. I've done that. But like I said, and everything's been unscripted. Basically, I use one editor, film editor, and that's it. And all I do with that is probably splice stuff together and put some text in, and that's about it. I don't do anything fancy at all. Like I said, it's all basic stuff. What? He's just looking at me. Okay. But, so yeah, I don't know. All I wanted to do is say, well, then on top of that, Darrell 64 Goat, he was saying that, you know, he had problems with, you know, some trolls that would get on there and give him a bad time on his channel and stuff like that. I've had very few that have actually, you know, other than a couple that said, you know, when I was working on a couple of rifles or something like that, that I was an idiot, I was doing it all the wrong way or something like that. But other than that, hey, like I said, whatever I do, I've had to figure out myself. I don't go to anybody else. I've never, you know, bothered with that. I do everything myself. Whatever I do, it's something I've read, and I'll try it out. Same with bluing or browning a rifle or anything else. But yeah. So anyhow, that's all I want to do today is bring up a couple of things. And like I said, what I did is instead of, well, I did have my comments set to, you know, for me to approve them. But now since I've kind of done away with that, about the only thing I could do is delete stuff that, you know, I didn't like or something derogatory somebody said. But like I said, I don't get very many thumbs down on my videos anyhow, so I probably will on this one because I'm really not doing anything. But anyhow, that's all I want to do is just bring up a couple of things. And so this is basically, oh, look at the camera. Look at the camera, dog. Now, what am I doing in this? Basically, I'm just yammering away. So anyhow, that's just going to be it for right now. When I come up with some other project or decide what I'm going to work on, or if you want to see me work on something, you go out and see and tell me what you want me to do, because I have no idea what I'm going to do next. I've got all kinds of things here that I could work on, but you know, it's just a lot of stuff comes up. So anyhow, that's going to be it for now. We'll see you guys later. Ah, there he goes.